What? Good morning and welcome back to Salzburg Arena here in Austria. This is Inside the Lines. I'm Eli Weinstein and this is number 3 of Inside the Lines for 2019. On court right now, the Chilean players, basically the entire Chilean team is practicing. This is very clearly a little strategy by Captain Nicolas Massu to keep the Austrian team doubting on who is going to be that doubles team. They still have time to announce that, so we'll wait to hear if Nicolas Jarry is going to play or not. He's not designated to play for the moment, but something tells us that he might be on court at 1 p.m. We'll know. Unfortunately, we won't know until before this show is over, but as soon as the decision will come officially, we will talk about it on daviscup.com. After day one here, it was 1-1. Yesterday, both number 1 players gave their team a point. And it was a very, very solid and exciting day of tennis. The crowd was going crazy here, especially during the second match when Denis Novak gave the point over Christian Garin. An epic match, great stuff, 6-4, 6-4, but a really wonderful tennis being played. Lots of excitement, lots of break points, lots of very, very tense moment out there on court. And the Austrian player came through and managed to level the tie at 1 apiece, because 2-0 for Chile would have been probably tough to come back from. Other action around the world, there are ties that actually are finished. Remember, this is day 2, but this is also final day. We are in the new format. It's a 2-day format. Yesterday was 2 singles, today is the doubles, and then the reverse singles are right behind that. So in India, Italy defeated India 3-1. Italy was up 2-0. But that was at the end of play yesterday. This morning, the Indians won the doubles, so came back to 2-1. And then Andrea Seppi, sealed the deal for Italy and sent them to Madrid. Alex de Minaur did the same thing in Australia against Bosnia-Herzegovina, but there it was a bit easier since they won 3-0, in fact 4-0, but that was a dead rubber, so 3-0, Australia and Italy going to Madrid. In Japan, actually, you know what, before we go to the Japan, let's show you that match point from the Australians and their celebrations to go to Madrid, Japan.
And there it is.
Game to match Australia.
It's a clean sweep for Australia.
7-5, 6-1.
Well, Grothy, it was a pretty emphatic victory in the end, wasn't it? It took a little while to get that break at 6-5, but with lots of chances, the Aussies played particularly well. A good combination of the steadiness and confidence of what John Peers brought to the court after making the finals of the Australian Open, and Jordan Thompson with his skills, and particularly at the back end of that match, the quality of returning.
Solid performance by the men of Leighton Hewitt. In China, the China-Japan tie that was supposedly going to be an easy win for Japan turned out to be a win for Japan, but not easy at all. The scoreline over there first match went to Japan, then China tied it. So at the end of play yesterday was 1-1. China actually went up 2-1 by winning the doubles earlier today. And then Japan managed with Nishioka and Taro Daniel to come back to 2-2 and win 3-2. So a very, very tough and tense tie over there in Japan. As you can maybe catch some music behind me. We are live, folks, so if anybody was doubting that, no more doubts. This is the Stadium PA, and they're doing their audio testing for today. There's hell of an atmosphere goes on here. Music is loud, very, very loud in between games at changeovers. A lot of fun. The fans get into it. Everybody's dancing. Good times. Music went down. Thank you. I don't know if you heard me, but anyways. quick recap on the other scores so that you know what's going on where. And Brazil and Belgium are at 1 apiece. That's going to start later on today as they are behind. Uzbekistan and Serbia. Serbia is up 2-1 in Astana. In Uzbekistan. Germany is up 2-0 versus Hungary. Kazakhstan has won and is going to Madrid. They beat Portugal 3-1. They won all 3 singles. The Portuguese won the doubles, but Kukushkin did the job and sent Kazakhstan to Madrid. Czech Republic and Netherlands are locked in at 1 apiece in lovely Ostrava, and Colombia is up 2-0 against Sweden. Before we go anywhere else, I want to give you a taste of what you may have missed if you were bad yesterday. Assuming you haven't missed anything, but if you have, here is what happened yesterday in where are we again? We are in Austria, in Salzburg, and this is what we call the state of play, Austria-Chile.
Jarry secures his 8th singles win in Davis Cup. What a win for Dennis Novak. It sets up a terrific second day here in Salzburg. And a great effort from Novak, considering he fell behind.
So that was some exciting stuff that went on yesterday, and beautiful work by our cameramen and editors who put that piece together for you. At the end of the day, we spoke to both captains, Stefan Kubek and Nicolas Massu, one on court and one in the interview room. They were obviously, both of them, half sad, half happy. They each won a point, so they both stayed pretty positive. Nothing was decided, nothing was over yet. We'll first hear from Stefan Kubek, who was on court, and immediately after we'll let you hear from Nicolas Massu. So here are both captains, Austria and Chile. You're half happy, half sad. I mean, it's good to end the day on a positive note, even though you guys lost the first one.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, at the beginning, I wanted to get at least 1 point today. We did it. Yuri played a great match. He lost 7-5, 7-5. He played really good. Jarry was just better. That's okay. And the second match, I'm just proud of Dennis. He always plays great matches in Davis Cup. He did it again today, and that's very good for the team.
On Dennis's match, we spoke to him just a few minutes before. He said starting 3-2 in the second set, he was feeling the ball amazing. It looked like he was zoning, that he couldn't miss anymore. He was ready to just hit rallies until tomorrow if need be. What was he telling you? What were you guys exchanging? Is that what he was telling you? I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you could see that he felt great. He played great tennis. Sometimes he gets too comfortable then, and the concentration goes down a little bit, which I think happened a little bit today. But then he got it together again. The crowd stood behind him, and then you could see he was playing with the crowd, he was playing with the opponent, and he just played great winners, great returns, and deserved to win.
In the first match, the difference maybe the experience, because up to 5-5 in both sets, both servers were holding their serve, and then when in the clutch, in the red zone, that was when Jarry managed to make the difference. Do you feel that the experience is maybe what made the difference between those two? Because he's a rookie.
Yeah, I'm proud of Yuri. I mean, he really played for his first Davis Cup match. He played a great match. Unfortunately, he got broken twice at the end. But he tried to come back. He had his chances in the second set, but couldn't take them. And it's a good experience for him. And I'm really looking forward to the future, because he's going to play some good Davis Cup matches, I think.
The future is tomorrow, Stefan. What's going to happen tonight? What are you going to say to your players? And what are you hoping for tomorrow?
Well, I mean, everybody's going to be happy. It's 1-1. We just have to prepare today already, sleep well, and just be motivated tomorrow and believe that we can win this one.
The old guys are going to show the way?
Well, yeah, they start. That's definitely.
I'm not talking about you. Huh?
I don't play anymore. I mean, that would go down then. No, but I know Jürgen and Oli, they are prepared. They're looking forward to the match. I think they are a great doubles team, and I'm hoping for this point, obviously.
Best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, day one is over, and the score is 1-1.
Yeah.
I want to go through the two matches with you briefly. So the first match, your number one player showed the way and was very solid in the clutch at 5-5 in both sets.
Yeah, I think that Rodionov played a very good match. He's 19 years old. I mean, his debut on Davis Cup. But since the draw, we saw that we play Austria. Of course, that Dominic Thiem is the number one and is the top 10 player, unbelievable player. But also they have another good players also, and they play in locally with all the crowd. And I think that we knew that we were going to play with good players, and they have another players also. They are not in the team now, that they are around 200 or 180 or 220. They also can play Davis Cup and play a good level. So I think that the first match was a difficult match. Nico played better in the important points. Just one break in each set, and well, I think it was a good match, good for Nico. And we are 1-1, and tomorrow we're going to fight all the points.
Second match, it seemed as though it was starting well, and then it seemed as though the Austrian player got in a zone. He became very comfortable, and he was feeling the ball very well, and your player was fighting and fighting, but the other guy wasn't missing.
Yeah, we have chances. We were like 4-4 in the first set, 30-40. Second serve, I think. I don't remember. And he hit an unbelievable, like, inside-out forehand, close to the line. We have chances in the first set. Also in the second set, Christian was 2-0, love 30, I think, something like that, with so many chances for double break. But he fight like animal. He fight all the points, and the match was so close. And well, tennis is like that. I mean, he played very good match. Maybe he play like a player like at least top 50 or top 40 or something like that, because he can play very well. But the tie is open. We're gonna fight tomorrow, and I think that Dennis play a very good match. And if he play like this in the tour, for sure he's gonna have a better ranking. That's for sure. But I mean, all the players, when you play with one player, maybe the game of Christian for him was like good for him. It's difficult. It's different to play in the tour with different players. Yeah. I mean, Nico is different to Christian. Christian is different to Nico. They have different type of game, and today maybe the type of game of Christian for Dennis was good. But he needs to play with Nico now. That is a different player, and we will see.
There will be less rhythm with Nico maybe than Christian gave him.
They're totally different player. I mean, difficult to say. Difficult to say now, but I mean, Nico is our player number one now in this moment, and Dennis also is the number one in Austria in this moment. So we want to see. We have to prepare for strong matches tomorrow, and also Austria have to prepare for strong matches tomorrow.
Before those two singles, there's going to be doubles. The day starts off with doubles, which is the new thing this year, and it's going to be pivotal because a team is going to go up 2-1. It's going to be huge. Could there be changes on your side? I'm not asking you if there are changes, but could there be changes, or I mean, is everything open?
We have to talk with the team first of all, and then I'm gonna take that decision, because this is my work. I mean, my job is to take a decision, and we're gonna see, and we're gonna talk with the players, and I'm gonna announce tomorrow before the match.
Have a good night. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, interesting stuff from Nicolas Massu. Well, we'll follow up right on that. This is live. This is for you. Look, I'm going to move aside so that Jack can show you. But I don't know if you guys can see the player in red standing in the back with the top tracksuit on. That's Julio Peralta. He was nominated to play the doubles alongside Podlipnik, who is hitting on the court, just returned. He's in white. He's on the advantage side, which means that Julio Peralta is definitely not playing. He would not be standing there. And Nicolas Jarry, on the other hand, is standing there next to Podlipnik, and he is clearly hitting, returning, working on his serve. Clearly clearly, Peralta, I'm going to come right back in, Jack, now. Are we good? Did we see everybody? Yeah, I think we did. Clearly, Julio Peralta is out, even if it's not official, which means that the doubles nomination for Chile is going to change. Whether it will be Jarry or not, we don't know yet, but there's high chances that they might throw him in there to go. Their idea is that they may not want to play a fifth rubber. So if they throw him in there, go up 2-1, and then he comes in the singles right after, he can close it off, and he's their strongest player. So that's what they're aiming for. We'll see. We'll let you know. You'll know if you follow the action on daviscup.com. Let's go to Switzerland now. Biel, from one cold place to another. The Russian team, remember we said they are displaying their best players, and they clearly want to speak Spanish at the end of the year. Some of them already do speak Spanish because a lot of Russian players work out and train in Spain, and maybe that's why they so much want to go back to Spain in November for the finals in Madrid. They are up 2-0 in Switzerland against a pretty weak, I must say, Swiss team on paper. Here's a state of play from Switzerland, Russia in Biel.
Russia to 6-3 semifinal.
Okay, so Russia definitely in the driver's seat there to secure their spot in the final. Before we go anywhere else, I just want to show you something for all the tennis lovers. Jack, if you can take us down to the court on the far side. If you guys see, there's a guy with a red cap. That is Marcelo Rios, people. He is part of the Chilean staff, former #1 in the world. And he is, well, how should I put this? Pretty much himself, looking like himself. Can't see it from here maybe, but tattoos, covered in tattoos. It's got his look that made him famous and that he kept going. Marcelo Rios, just a little bit of a nostalgia moment for the tennis lovers there. All right, let's come back here, come back to the set. And we are going to take you now to Bratislava, where Slovakia and Canada have shared points yesterday between Martin Klizan, who won the point for Slovakia, and Denis Shapovalov, who gave Canada a point. That tie is leveled. State of play, Slovakia, Canada. Exciting stuff. It's going to be a huge day in Bratislava. The Canadian team, what an exciting team that is to have Felix Auger-Aliassime and Denis Shapovalov. I mean, that's giving yourself a good 7, 8, 9, 10 years maybe of Davis Cup promising you solid results with those two guys. Amazing stuff. They're going to keep a close eye on those two because they will be at the top of world tennis within the next 6 years. In fact, speaking of those two, earlier this week we played a little game with them to test their knowledge on each other. We want to see how well Denis Shapovalov. Start that again. Rewind. How well Denis Shapovalov knows Félix Auger-Aliassime, and vice versa. How well Félix knows Denis. So here's how well do I know you? I guess we can call it like that. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, we'll start off, Denis. Where was Felix born?
Where was he born? In Canada. Montreal. Yeah. Oh, okay, Montreal. See? Second guess.
Felix, do you know where Denis was born?
Tel Aviv, Israel.
Yeah, but that's not fair. I tell him all the time.
Straight in there. Okay. Denis, do you know which languages Felix speaks?
French and English.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
And same question, Felix, do you know which languages this guy speaks?
He speaks Russian, English, and I try to teach him French as well.
Can we have a bit of Russian? Is that putting you on the spot?
Я разговариваю по-русски. Родители у меня русские, так что да, я учился, когда я был молодой.
Slightly trickier. Denis, do you know what Felix's career high ranking is?
Damn. 100, 101?
106?
Yes.
Or
Okay.
105?
Yeah, 106.
106.
And same question to you, Felix. Do you know what this guy's career high?
23?
Yes.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah, 20 according to ATP, 23. Okay, good stuff. Okay. Slightly tougher one now. Denis, can you spell Felix's surname for me?
Oh, wow. Okay. A-U-G-E-R, then a thing. And then A-L-I-A-S-S-I-M-E.
Right, that's correct.
Nails. That's good. That's good. And maybe slightly easier. Can you spell Denis's second name?
S-H-A-P-O-V-A-L-O-V.
Last question. What would Felix be if he wasn't a tennis player? This is according to his ATP bio page.
I don't know, a tennis coach.
Apparently an artist. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, artist. I don't know. I played piano when I was a kid. So I guess if I wasn't into sports at all or tennis, maybe I'd be an artist, yeah. Like piano or something else, yeah. Music.
And any ideas what Denis would be?
A rapper?
I already have,
No,
man.
hockey player, I think he said.
Yes, yeah, it's exactly right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, those weren't the toughest questions in the book. I can spell Shapovalov also. Anyways, but no, those two are fun guys and really nice guys to be around. You can see Nicolas Jarry still now back sitting, taking a little rest. We're trying to read and understand what's happening on court and try and figure out who's going to play. Yeah, that's our life. That's what excites us. That's what keeps us going. We want to know who's going to play that doubles match. Exciting stuff. For the moment, we don't know. We're still status quo. I think it's going to be him. Okay, that's just me talking, but we'll see. Answer soon. What's going on now? We just finished social. Oh, yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, but yesterday we showed Stefan Kubek displaying his horrible lying skills, which is probably a good thing. If you're not a good liar, it means that you're probably an honest person. However, it's a whole different story. I'm a much better liar. I gave you 2 truths and a lie yesterday. I don't know if you remember. The first one was I am fluent in 4 languages. Podemos hablar español. That checks off Spanish. Charles et Matemotsi. That checks off Hebrew. Si vous voulez, on peut parler en français. Il n'y a pas de souci. That checks off French. And we can also do this in English. So, yeah. That's 4 languages. Check. Second thing I said yesterday, that I beat Novak Djokovic in a tennis match. You don't believe me? Here is the proof by image.
Go, Ela.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
not going to let that happen.
He's too good, man.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Next year, better luck next year.
Great inside out.
Oh, yeah, always.
Amazing. Well, you have a better record.
Well,
Obviously, your strings are fresh.
What up, Novak? I mean, you know, like whenever you want. If you want a rematch, you know where to find me. I'm right here, buddy. The lie, I was in fact never a professional tennis player. And you could probably tell from my little exchange there with Novak Djokovic. I am very talented, but I wasn't a professional tennis player. So that was my two truths and a lie. Hope you guys all got it right. Doubting you did, because I think that a lot of you thought I was talking trash about having beaten Novak Djokovic. I don't talk trash. I walk the walk, people. Okay. Stay in tennis. Amazing stuff went on yesterday. Beautiful shots. Here is our trio of the best shots from yesterday. Top 3 shots, top hot shots, top best shots of the day. Davis Cup for you.
An amazing point. This time he gets up off the deck to win it. I can't quite believe it, but he was run to a halt there in the end.
Best point of the match. Good court coverage from both players. De Minaur, I think, played a drop shot that, in retrospect, he might regret slightly.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
It was an interesting choice to play the drop shot. This court bouncing quite high. Has to be a winner, and it
Oh, what a special volley that is from Zverev.
Well, he was a little late in deciding to come forward. It was what you'd call a sneak, and he had to quickly close the net down. I'm sure he was going to get himself in trouble here, but he does an excellent job with the racket work to really cut underneath.
In the words of John McEnroe, Sasha Zverev, you cannot be serious. What a shot, what a touch. I mean, I said I was a talented tennis player, but I don't have that. That is unbelievable touch right there. Beautiful stuff. That pretty much sums it up for us here as the Chilean players are slowly ending their warm-up. Real quick recap. Up next here in Salzburg, we have the doubles coming up at 1 p.m. local, so 12 noon GMT. As of now, Oliver Marak and Jorgen Melzer to face Julio Peralta, who has been sitting on the bench this whole practice session, so gonna have to question that. And Hans Podlipnik. Rubber 4 scheduled, Nicolas Jarry versus Denis Novak. Those are the two number 1 players from both teams. And the 5th rubber is Yuri Rodionov against Christian Garin, should there be a 5th rubber. Remember, all these teams have one goal in mind, and that is Madrid. They are aiming for a spot in the final at the end of the year. It will be 24 teams. No, what am I talking about? 12 teams. I don't know. I'm getting a bit confused. A lot of information. A lot of teams fighting for spots in the finals. And before we go, we're gonna leave you with a little teaser of this final. Hope you enjoyed. This was Inside the Lines. Jack was there. Corin was taking care of production. We have people in London, Ed monitoring everything. I want to thank everybody. Great job, everybody. Inside the Lines from Salzburg. We're going to sit back now and enjoy the tennis this afternoon. Cover it for you. Make sure you don't miss anything. You can follow it on daviscup.com. You can watch it on daviscup.com. You can listen to it on daviscup.com, but you just don't miss anything. It's going to be an exciting day. Tennis being played everywhere for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Inside the Lines is over, and we leave you with the Madrid teaser. Auf Wiedersehen.